you. Joining me now, Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Meuser. Your thoughts, Congressman, great to see you this morning. We've got a great celebration of our country this weekend. What are your plans? Are you going to be celebrating?
Well, I think most of us are, if not all of us. I mean, one day at a time. Today's July 2nd, actually the day 250 years ago the Declaration was actually signed. Last night, the USA Soccer won. It's my wife's birthday, my wife Shelley's birthday. It's just a great day to kick off a great patriotic weekend. I was at the All-American State Fair yesterday in D.C., and wow, what we've done with the Pennsylvania booth. I think it's the most crowded booth there. Most people coming in saying they can't believe the history and just how well done the whole operation was. We had a lot of elected officials down there and just so many businesses and people from all over the country. So it's a very exciting weekend, Maria. I hope you're having a great time yourself.
Thank you. That is so great. I want to ask you about the booth because the Great American State Fair obviously kicked off this week on the National Mall. But Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro said that the Keystone State would not be participating due to what he claimed was a lack of interest from businesses to sponsor the state booth. The announcement bringing you and your fellow Pennsylvania lawmakers out together to get that booth up and running, Congressman. So how is it possible that the governor of Pennsylvania claims he doesn't want to be participating as a Democrat? He doesn't want to participate in the celebrating around the Pennsylvania booth.
Well, it's a shame, and everybody, I think, feels that way. It's almost like a tale of two cities. I mean, we do have, the left. I know they're Americans, and this is a perfect time for us all to come together. But my goodness, it's an example of how many on the left feel. That they're trying to diminish the importance of our 250th birthday and as well, bring up a lot of the negativity. But on Josh Shapiro, to state that businesses did not want to participate, that's why we had an empty booth, was just a falsehood. And of course, he knew it was a falsehood. He was just trying to, not participate in something that he claimed that was President Trump was managing and controlling, which is nonsense. We were out on the National Mall. Every state is being represented, and ours was not. So between Dave McCormick and John Fetterman, you heard that, but Stacey Garrity, our governor candidate, myself, G.T. Thompson, our chair of Agriculture Committee, and all of our other members, Scott Perry, and we all got together and we started making calls to businesses, and not one business said, oh, no, we're not interested. They were very excited. They said, thank you. The Pennsylvania Chamber, Luke Bernstein and others who are part of that were also confused what Shapiro was talking about. And what he was talking about was just trying to ruin the opportunity there as opposed to celebrating it. And it was just a real shame.
Yeah. It is a shame, and I love what President Trump is doing. He's really raising interest and our national pride, putting it on full display to celebrate this very important birthday that America is celebrating this week. It's unbelievable the way that the Democrats are trying to ignore the celebration of our country. Why? But, it's not just the Democrats. House lawmakers left Washington early. You know that, for the July 4th recess because of that failed rule vote. And it halted all floor activity. Anna Paulina Luna complaining about the Senate not getting the Save America Act across the finish line. I spoke with New York Congressman Mike Lawler yesterday about what happened, and here's how he explained it. Watch.
Well, Maria, Anna Paulina Luna and a number of my colleagues tanked the rule in large measure because, as she said, she wants to, attach the Save America Act to every piece of legislation that comes through the House floor. And while I understand the sentiment and certainly support voter ID, support proof of citizenship, the fact is that we have passed it 3 times through the House. We are not the issue. The Senate is, and that really boils down to the Senate rules and the filibuster. And the Democrats are never going to give the votes, which means the only vehicle by which you can actually pass it through the Senate with the filibuster intact is reconciliation. And so I think it's, frankly, self-defeating to shut down the House floor. I don't think it actually solves anything.
Congressman, what do you think? Do you agree?
Yeah, I do. Look, they're being short-sighted. I mean, we're missing out on passing the NDAA and other very important bills. We have a big veterans bill, the Richard Starr Act. So there's a number of things that should have been completed. But on the same note, I understand where those folks are that voted against it, because the Senate has got to show some leadership. The Senate's got to show they appreciate the importance of the Save America Act. And I want to add this, Maria. I don't think there's any more legislation important than the Save America Act, or just the Save Act, voter ID, and only citizens can register. This is very, very important.
Yeah.
The Senate's got to get on board with the House. We passed it three times.
Yeah, I know you did. Do you think you'll be able to cut it up and just get some portions of it into other legislation, or does President Trump not want that?
Well, I'm sure the president wants the whole Save America, of course, but if we can get ID and through reconciliation, because there are a lot of different, parliamentary rules there, I think that's a big win, and we should take that win and then build from there.
Yeah, but it can't just be the driver's license. It can't just be voter ID like a driver's license, because they're giving out driver's licenses. It's got to be proof of citizenship.
In order to register,
because they're giving out driver's licenses.
You're right. Of course. Maria, other countries laugh at us. I was in South America, and a commission that handles elections integrity, when I said, how do you compare to America's elections, they laughed. They laughed and said, you don't even require ID in many states.
It's a joke. I know. I agree with you. All right, Congressman, have a great 4th of July. We so appreciate your leadership. Dan Meuser, good to see you.
Good to see you. Happy 4th of July. You are the best. Enjoy. God bless America.
And happy birthday to the missus. We'll be right back.
Thank you. She'll appreciate that.